for the sake of just doing Hell in a Cell matches. It wasn't good. Like, okay, it wasn't bad. It just like I don't. It's just like why was it in Hell in a Cell, man? That's how I feel about that match. Like, I like the spot. You guys are gonna watch it, obviously, but there's a spot where Seth goes to like the fucking side of the cell under the table. Best spot of the match. But other than that, y'all could have just had that as a fucking singles match and kept it moving.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like they've been using the Hell in a Cell for
way too many at this point, man. It's not even.
Oh yeah, I mean it's exactly what it is. Yeah. It's supposed to be blow-offs, but it hasn't been one for a long time. Right now, it's kind of like it literally is. Oh, Hell in a Cell's coming up. What feuds do we have? I don't really care. Let's just give it to like this match that they've only had one single match that ended in a DQ. It's worth a Hell in a Cell now.
Yeah. Also, Mustafa and Mansoor, give it a solid watch. That was a good match.
Hell yeah. I enjoyed both of them.
Yeah.
He didn't know that he was from the place that they're doing Crown Jewel at. Like he's from that.
Yeah. He won the like greatest Royal Rumble or
he was in it or whatever.
Battle Royals.
Yeah.
Anyone watch G1?
Well, I'm not giving spoilers on that, but go ahead, Ethan.
Oh no, I'm like 14 days behind, but I know what happened. Fucking Ibushi broke his damn. What did he do? Shoulder or something again?
He like popped his shoulder out of his socket.
He shouldn't have been in the finals anyway, but that's a whole nother discussion. And I love
how y'all fellas doing tonight, man.
How dare you?
And then he obviously had Shibata return.
That was
an exhibition.
That was
nuts. I was like, I need to tell the world right now how I feel about this.
I feel like that was the only thing good on that whole fucking card. Worthless dog shit. New Japan is almost as bad as NXT right now.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, y'all ready for some hot takes today?
If you want the hot takes, I'll give them to you. I'll lay it all out on the.
I don't know what the fuck I signed up for. I'm scared.
Yeah. Dial in, fellas. Dial in.
Motherfuckers.
Bro, I've been dialed into this couch for about 30 minutes waiting on y'all to get these mics hooked up.
Oh, man. All right, Court, you got your stuff in front of you for our Up and Over podcast starting on the WWE Royal Rumble 2003.
You go, baby.
In the heat of it, or I guess in the mild, almost to the heat of it, we got the Royal Rumble 2003 at the Fleet Center in Boston, Massachusetts, now the TD Garden. January 19th, 2003. The attendance was at 15,338 people, roughly. Supposedly. Sold at 585,000 pay-per-views, roughly. First Rumble event under the WWE banner. And I feel like that's a huge thing to put a little footnote in, that they're marketing this thing, rather it's the same thing that they're selling. They're marketing it differently. Do you think they should have changed some type of approach at the Rumble? Should it have done something, to pinpoint that it's a new beginning? But in reality, I mean, Brock's the next big thing, but
I literally didn't know that until you said that.
Exactly.
Spoiler. For me at this point, the Royal Rumble was such a unique day. I don't think that you could change that from what it was, jumping from WWF to WWE. It was what it was going to be. I don't know how you could have marketed it any better. It's just so weird to think about that 2002, 2003 time period when everything switched over.
I mean, they had quite a bit of merch letting you know they were getting the F out.
The F out
stuff. It was a big campaign, so I don't really know how else they could have really beat that into your fucking head that the F is going away.
And not to jump into outcomes yet, but I feel like the way they booked it was enough to say, hey, this is where we're going,
This new
that's what I was saying about Brock. And I get it's the next big thing and you are putting a nod towards new era, but promote putting it wise, I feel like, you know how they did like WrestleMania 20, where it all begins again, or like,
Sure.
anything like that. Any slogan. I mean, it's January, beginning of a new year. Your first Rumble under this whole moniker that is going to be one of the biggest conglomerates ever. And it just seems like they could have missed something. But I mean, who am I to even, pick at it? It happened. Moving on.
Good point to make. I never thought about it. But
I feel like the Royal Rumble's one of the only ones that never really has like a tag to it, though.
Sure.
Because you've always had like it begins again, or like they're going to Hollywood. Like they always try to like make a weird like joke almost with like fucking Mania, and then some of the other pay-per-views have them. But I always feel like they've always just kept Royal Rumble as like, this is it. This is the Royal Rumble. We don't fucking make a joke out of it. This is
the
Royal
road
Rumble.
to WrestleMania starts here. It's kind of been their thing.
The road to WrestleMania starts here.
Brought to you by Snickers.
Brought to you by PlayStation 2, which actually hurt my feelings. I was like, God, I'm 27. Like, it just put me in like almost a midlife crisis of like, what is happening?
All right, well, moving on. Also in this, for the first time ever, there's a brand split in the Royal Rumble. You have 15 wrestlers from Raw. You have 15 wrestlers from SmackDown. Winner being the number one contender for their brand's championship. And I feel like that's a huge thing that they strictly kept it their brand's championship. Because now all we see is someone at Royal Rumble and they're allowed to jump here or go to Raw. They're allowed to go here and, tease that they're going to use their shit for any title, when in reality they don't.
Right.
I think it's pretty cool. But starting at Heat, we have Cole and Taz for SmackDown and JR and King for Raw. And with Heat, we have Spike Dudley going over Steven Richards with a Dudley dog. And there was no time at all, really. We see a cool open that's kind of like reminding the importance of the Royal Rumble, the people who have had this. Did y'all like the opening for the Rumble, or are you tired of that same old shit?
Yeah, I just had it down as like another great opening promo video. Like I said last episode, I thought that they killed everything promotionally at this time. Like, it just felt everything that they wanted to promote, they promoted really well and made it feel huge.
Epic. For sure.
Agreed.
It's kind of like looking at the who's who of wrestling when you look at this card. If you look at it overall, everyone that you see on this card, for the most part, I mean, you look at that 30 when they showed that shot of the Royal Rumble match, and I mean, dude, there's not a missing link in there, in my opinion. And
there's a few, and I wrote them down, so we'll get to it.
Yeah, I have a couple, but I meant the promotional.
Shout out to my boy B Squared.
The promotion.
The
promotional flyer for it. I mean, it was like the who's who promo,
Yeah, I mean, you had Edge before he broke. You had Chris Benoit before he broke in the business.
So we have Big Show.
So at the beginning of that Killer Instinct, watching Chris Benoit.
Yeah, buddy.
So we have Big Show with Paul Lee, and he's going up against Brock Lesnar. And it's 6 minutes 29 seconds. Meltzer gave it 2.5 stars. Are you also? I'll start with this. Are y'all surprised it opened the Royal Rumble?
No, not at all.
No.
Because of stipulation.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Pat, go for it, buddy.
Dude, it's crazy how like when Big Show came in, like Big Show probably has so many no pops in his lifetime, and just people not giving a fuck about motherfucker.
This all good.
Silence.
Yeah, the crowd certainly felt flat, like through that. Ethan, I know that was something that you were wanting to talk about. What you got on that match?
Oh, I just enjoyed both of the Brock Big Show matches, the one at Survivor Series and this one. Because, I mean, if you look at it now, Brock and Big Show, like, the style of wrestling I came up watching, and then I think back, and that doesn't look like a match I would like, but it's just so simple and good because Brock was so fresh and just throw Big Show's ass around. It was just like I went half on it, which to me
I like the little prelude to the Royal Rumble too, and like Brock or Big Show runs up to Brock and like grabs him by the neck and just straight throws him over the fucking ropes. Like, I thought that shit was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about Brock Lesnar at this time period, but if he was getting choke slammed, that motherfucker was putting you over with how he sold that.
Oh my god, my head is shooting for the moon.
I mean, he was ambitious with some of those sells.
In my notes, I was like
he would get in air and kick his feet again.
Yeah.
I had wrote down because it's just noticeable in this match that like anytime he got hit by Big Show, like I was like the selling is just weird because seeing him basically just like no sell everything nowadays and him like taking chops and getting fucking like hurled across, like it's weird to like watch him take bumps. And I was like, that's weird. And once again, apparently fucking Big Show can't afford a fucking pair of ring gears wearing jeans again.
Wearing jeans again.
2 pay-per-views in a row, this motherfucker can't afford ring gear. Black jeans, it's the same attire, and it irritates my soul.
He's one of the exact same.
It's the exact same shit, but it bugs me. It bugged the hell out of me last time.
Yeah, I literally in like the first thing that I have written down is how much of a stark contrast there was between how insane Brock Lesnar looked compared to how shitty Big Show looks.
Oh.
And that he looked labored in everything he did, which could be by design to make him look like a big, strong giant, but it did not come across that way at all. He just looked horrid in this.
What I will say is that it made Brock look 1,000 times better though. Because this is like,
which is kind of what I felt like they were going for.
This is like peak, like Big Show, fat as fuck, out of shape, and like he is getting fucking suplexed left and goddamn right on this fucking thing, and it makes Brock look like $1 million, but also like, Jesus Christ! I know this is. I mean, Ethan wasn't here for the last ones, but this is 3 fucking podcasts in a row that we have just absolutely shit on the Big Show. But and I feel a little bad.
That's fine with me.
Also, like, just god damn, I didn't realize like how fucking bad he was in this time.
Yes, fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah,
I think he was.
I respect Big Show a lot as a human being. He's done great things for a lot of great charities. He's helped a lot of young talent, and the dude's still around today, and he's taken so many surgeries to get back in the game. And for anyone to love it that much, I don't care if I give you a half a star for 5 fucking decades. If you keep coming back and you do everything in your ability to make that shit happen, I'm gonna back you forever. I'm not gonna back your matches. But if I see you, I'm going to be so pumped. I'm going to be like, holy shit. It's ball.
If you've been wrestling for 5 decades, something's fucking wrong. The only 2 things that I have written down on this guy, Lesnar did it like he reversed a choke slam attempt into like this arm drag pin attempt thing, and it looked super smooth. It was super fucking cool.
The German he hit was smooth as fuck after that.
And then I had
crazy ass after that.
And then I just had some love about Paul Heyman and that he was gold in anything that he touches, and his expressions and mannerisms throughout this entire match fucking sold it for
him
me.
Shouting like, you can't do that.
It's so good.
It's so fucking funny.
It's so good. And then obviously, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say I really miss Taz saying, "Oh, here comes the pain." Like it made my heart warm. I was like, "Oh, that felt nice." Like that was good.
Yeah. And then you had I have it written down as Big Boy F5 from Brock for the W. I gave it a 2 3/4. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
That's literally what I gave it. 2 3/4.
I gave it 2.5.
Damn, I'm still low, and I'm the one that loved the match. I went 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5. I think you're right in the ballpark.
Fair.
No, I definitely was entertained.
The crowd going fucking bananas for everything Brock did helped. Because he was over as fuck from bell to bell with that goddamn crowd.
It was cool.
But like, Paul Jeans and all, fucking up the whole match.
Man, you caught up on them.
I literally have that in my notes. Brock is so over.
I
Literally in my notes.
I cut a promo on him last week, and I'm cutting a promo on him again. He's a fucking world champion. Has fucking jeans on. It irritates my soul. You're gonna catch a couple of things because it's gonna come up in here twice too. I'm gonna bitch about another thing.
Oh, yes, and I know, because I just have it written down as a single statement, no fucking context. After that match, we went to a backstage interview with Chris Jericho with Terry. Terry asked him why he chose to take spot number 2, and he said that he pretty much wanted spot number 1, but of course Shawn Michaels got it handed to him by Vince McMahon. He cut a promo about how Shawn, he can call himself a lot of things. He'll never be able to call himself the first undisputed champion. Kind of a tough promo from.
Yeah, I know, like my boy CJ.
Yeah. He kind of put on in this, and then he said that he's going to rise to the occasion again tonight, like he did then to win.
So he's
that
taking them
match.
all out.
And he said that it's his destiny to do so.
He said
he was going to eliminate all 29 of these motherfuckers.
So fucking bad. His facial hair is awful.
It's fucking terrible. But him being
time.
like, I wanted number 1. And like she was like, I don't think that's the number you want to pick.
Yeah.
Like,
no, talking about Chris Jericho's facial hair just looking as disgusting as you could possibly look.
Yeah,
yo, fuck Terry Reynolds.
What?
That's a weird bone to pick there, Pat.
Go ahead, let's hear some more.
Hey, where's the fucking space?
By all means, Pat, you have the floor. Please elaborate on that.
Like, I don't hate Terry Reynolds, and let me take back what I just said, because that was rude. I'm sure she's a nice lady or whatever, but like, fuck off. Like,
I'm gonna pass out already. What the fuck?
Oh man,
all
Terry.
right.
God bless. I thought we were gonna breeze through that part, and then we get to fuck Terry Reynolds for no reason.
It was like an old
Next up, we got Dudley
like an old Kanye
versus
and George Bush doesn't care about black people moment. Like, what was that?
It was a lot.
Next up, we got the Dudley Boys versus Storm and Regal.
Yeah.
And I'm actually a fan of the Storm and Regal tag team. I'm a fan of it. They're great ring generals. Both of them can control any match to the pace that they want it to be. You can tell people just kind of mold to them a lot. Sometimes that shit goes awry when people don't really want to.
Yeah.
Per se. It's hard for me to find a bad Lance Storm match.
I got it in my notes. Is Lance Storm a baddie with no personality?
Pat?
Yes.
Pat, I'm gonna make one. It's 3 words, Pat. What the fuck?
No, that right there, that's the best description of Lance Storm I've ever heard. That's it. You can quote me on that.
I want to say that I am so happy we have a better mic for Cortland.
I know. Holy moly.
This is what I've been missing for the last couple weeks. I'm fucking pissed, dude. I can hear everything this psychopath is saying now.
Yeah, it adds a lot of flair to y'all's side of things.
What the fuck, dude? All right.
Casey, how do you feel about this title match, man?
I fucking hated this match.
You didn't like the match at all?
I in our list, I wrote it down when we'll put those out. Fucking the Dudley Boys could almost do no wrong in my book. We've talked about it. I full-heartedly believe that Lance Storm's one of the best fucking wrestlers. Just dog shit on the mic. I always loved William Regal. He was just a shit heel all the time. And his stuff with Jerry was great. But like the whole match just felt like it was just like, let Team 3D beat the shit out of these 2 dudes for the whole X amount of minutes.
Well, Mike, I guess y'all been talking on the phone.
I told you, we're the same fucking person.
That's exactly how Mike feels. And that's bullshit. I'm going to pick a bone.
I literally... the first line that I have is, this felt like an odd squash match of sorts.
100%.
Like,
now here's from a different perspective. I've been watching every Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-view leading up to this and after it.
I'm sorry.
So my thing is the Regal and Storm run. I mean, it can get repetitive. I mean, but the fact is, every face team, whether it was Book and Goldust, the Dudleys, the crowd wanted to see Regal and Storm get their ass beat so fucking bad.
Yep.
And so the whole point of this to me got across, and it was a feel good. I mean, the Dudleys won, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
they won.
Just so you know, I haven't watched this since I reviewed it like 2 months ago, so I'm having to look back.
But it was terrible, anyways. Like I get so like I get that they were like their shit.
I'm gonna buy you a pair of jeans.
In protest, I'm wearing Adidas track pants right now.
Yes.
Like I've always like I kind of remember this a little bit like from that time frame. It's also just like the two characters themselves. You know that they're just gonna be shit heels. That's what Regal does best. And like I like the like babyface team getting the fucking heels finally and getting that good feel moment, but it was from bell to bell. Just Bubba beat the shit out of everyone.
Bubba beat the shit out of.
It was the whole match. It was. I think Devon did the what's up. He did a fucking flapjack and a 3D, and that's all he fucking did the whole match. It was a handicap match with Bubba the whole time.
Question. What was like the stipulations of this match? Because why the fuck? Why like they couldn't do 3D? They couldn't get tables. What was it?
They brought up some weird fact that if they got the tables out during the match and did a 3D, they would get disqualified. Which I'm like, I don't really remember that being.
I mean, that was
like
the whole thing they were doing at the time. Bischoff and Morley or whatever, they just put that's the thing. It was overbooked bullshit. But it's like if you don't take it too seriously, it's fun. But it was stupid. I mean,
yeah. One of the things that stuck out to me in the entire thing, JR said that Storm and Regal were the more technically sound team, and that the Dudleys weren't.
But he also pointed out.
Hold on, because it was as good as it possibly could have been. He says that the Dudleys aren't the smoothest, but they find ways to get the job done. Immediately, as if Bubba heard him, he puts his ass on the ground, puts Storm down, puts him in a step over toe hold, and I fucking popped for it. I was like, yes!
I missed him saying it, but I watched that part happen, and I was like, where the fuck is this coming from? I was so confused.
Was bizarre.
So also, JR points out that the Dudleys are 15-time world champions. And I don't know why they just stopped mentioning that over time, and like they only wanted to acknowledge WWE championships as the only reigns that have ever mattered. But I really wanted to point out that JR mentioned that. We do get a run-in.
75 tag team champions by now. They have had champions everywhere. Like, I get it. I love them, but holy shit. Like, they're the Charlotte Flair of tag teams. They show up somewhere and they're like, here's the belts. Like, it's... Wasn't it like them showing up in TNA for the first time and they had like a bag and they pulled out every tag team title?
Oh my god!
They literally had like a bag, and it was like the ECW titles came out, the Raw tag team titles came out, the SmackDown tag team. They like laid them all out in front of LAX, and they were just like, "Hey, think you've heard of us before?" I'm like, "Yeah, no shit, everyone has. Like, we know you win titles. Like, we get it."
So we do get a run in here from Val Venus, and it does distract. It does help. Get 3D for the 3 count.
Hello.
Patrick is so trash.
During this 3D, I failed to mention that William Regal grabbed a pair of brass knuckles and took the 3D.
Yeah.
And then
Devon takes
the nuts
and
straight
his
smacks the shit out of Storm with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And gets the 3.
Yeah.
Nick Patrick didn't see a thing.
No, because he's a dumb.
Not a damn thing.
2 things.
I just want to point out.
Okay, 2 things real quick. First of all, Nick Patrick did one thing that I never thought he would ever do, and that was a good thing. And actually check for the brass knuckles at the beginning of the match, which is weird. Seems out of character.
Where did you check these motherfuckers? You need to find them.
That's the point. Is I'm pissed that I feel like they fucked up the timing with Morley coming out, because why didn't I see where these fucking was he cheeking the Nux? The whole
time? That's why he didn't get any offense.
They were just stuck in between his ass cheeks. Like, where did they come from? Like,
Mike, you got it all figured out, bud.
Oh man, there it is.
Pulling him out the balloon. He's just like, get him on there.
Yeah, buddy.
Like, all right, I'm sorry. You go on ahead.
All right, so before we spend too much time on this match, I also wanted to point out that Lance Storm and Regal beat Goldust and Booker T only 13 days before this match happened.
Yeah.
So it seems like they were obviously just transitional champions to get the titles off of Booker without
get it from face to face. Like they were that middle
Pretty
ground.
sure Regal or the Dudleys lose them the next night, though, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
God.
I just turned on that Raw,
God,
and I guess we'll have to find out next Thursday.
Yes,
The only other thing that I had from this match, Val Venus, Chief Morley, whatever the fuck he goes by, get that douchebag off my screen.
hello, ladies.
Yo, Val Venus, man, he was the best at making me hate him all the time. I don't care if he was supposed to be a face. I don't care if he was a heel. All times, I was like, man, I kind of want to fight that guy.
Yeah, it was
If I could just
I went 2 and a
fight
quarter.
him a
on that
little
match.
bit.
About Venus, he fucked Edge's sister. Was it Edge's sister?
Wait, was it Edge's sister?
I have no idea.
Where are these facts coming from?
Yeah, Pat just decided to
What?
fucking Google everything before he got on this.
Jesus
I went 2 and a
Christ.
quarter on that match.
Hey,
I
now Venus
don't
is
know
a
what you
dog.
guys want. Let's try this again. I went 2 and a quarter on that match. What'd y'all go?
Damn. Come on now.
So,
Wait, you said 2 and a quarter?
Two
I'm
and a
not
2 and a
gonna
quarter.
tell whatever it is, not.
Go ahead.
I gave this match 2.5.
2 here.
No. Sorry, I looked at the wrong thing. I gave it 2.
Okay.
I think two's fair.
I gave it 2 flat. Meltzer gave it 2 3/4, so he liked it
Loved
more
it.
than the Lesnar and Big
His
Show match.
opinion
How about that?
matters less than any of ours, so fuck off.
Hey man, I'm simply stating what these fucking marks care about.
Pat, I need to know, what'd you go?
You said 1.5 stars, bro.
Hey, that's fine, dude. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's totally fine.
Give them an extra half for credit.
Damn, they upset you,
I
bro.
was like, dude,
Yeah,
okay,
buddy, he
and I'm gonna be
fucking
real. I gave Bubba Ray Dudley himself like 4 stars.
Yeah, he
Everybody
looked like
else.
a superstar.
He had a
For real.
by himself.
So,
After
Mike, I feel like you have quote about this, and I'm dying to hear. Nathan Jones coming soon.
I literally have a Nathan Jones promo, question mark, exclamation point. That man feels like a fever dream.
I just wrote Nathan Jones.
Talk about a hot cup of coffee.
Yo. Real quick. I don't know if you guys know this, but Nathan Jones has been in so many action movies. Real, like a shit ton, dude. At least 15. Like so many. He like, failed wrestling career. Jesus. But
How many of them are with Stone Cold though?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's
7.
find out.
I don't know.
Yeah,
This is
let's go. While you're looking that up, what did you have written down, Casey?
Okay, so first of all, like as a kid, because I mean we're all roughly the same age here. As a kid, I was fucking hyped for his like debut. Don't know why. I was like, this crazy ass Australian dude looks tight as fuck. But watching this
he
back
just
in
got
that
out of
pro-
prison.
Well, I was like, this dude's fucking huge. He just got out of jail. He's gonna stab a motherfucker. Like that promo hit, and all I wrote was Nathan Jones promo LOL. That's it. I was like, what
I love
the
it.
fuck?
I love it. I'm just gonna take the next segment. I'm just gonna take that.
Yo, these are all action movies, dude.
Yo, homie's been in Mad Max, Never Back Down, Mortal Kombat,
Yeah, let him live.
Troy.
He's
Dude,
been
he's
around.
like 6'8" at least, and he's fucking yoked out of his mind. He's an
I'm not gonna
action
lie.
star.
Conan the
Like,
Barbarian.
I'm a little frustrated we
Conan the
spent this much
Barbarian.
time on Nathan Jones at this point.
it's honestly
Dude,
impressive.
shout out Nathan Jones, man. Glad you're still holding it down.
I
spent
Keeping it in the
more
entertainment.
time
I love it.
talking about him than his entire career in the WWE. So
Correct.
that is an impressive feat.
So, all right. Okay. Well, let's move on to more pressing things then. You want to talk about...
One second before you move on. There was I don't know if you'll have it written down. Michael Cole and Taz promote February's No Way Out pay-per-view from the Bell Center in Montreal. I have literally Michael Cole, you fucking jabroni. You and your shitty facial hair can suck me dry.
That's in your notes?
Y'all fix it.
You want to get that eliminated, bro.
Hold on.
That's just make you famous.
Hold on. Hold on. Ethan, what'd you say?
Y'all fixate on the weirdest shit. Like, what is even wrong, dude? What's wrong, Mike?
You missed out.
Nathan Jones part. We got Don Marie.
Last episode we covered Michael Cole blocking me on Twitter. This is where the
Can I say something real quick? Hold up.
Yeah,
Hold up.
Michael Cole.
Before we start this next segment, dude, I just want to give an RIP to my boy Al Wilson.
RIP,
my boy Al.
Gone, but
so we got Don Marie,
Mike,
Michael J.
Do you know
Cole.
who has me blocked on Twitter?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
What did
Really?
you do?
Yes.
Hold on. Everyone, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up. You have the floor now, Mr. Ethan. The fuck did you do?
Oh, I used to be a mark, bud. I still am, but I was a bad one.
Used to be. I watched every Raw and SmackDown and pay-per-view in 2003, and you used to be a mark.
But hop off of my goddamn it.
Anyways, proceed. What'd you do?
There's nothing much to the story. Shawn Michaels blocked me because I hated on his ass, and I hate Mike for liking Shawn Michaels so much. Let's move on to these whores and panties doing a match.
Did you like my EBT comment the other day on the group chat?
Don't.
That's gotta be it.
That's to be edited.
Sorry.
Ethan becomes problematic quickly.
I like it. Let's go.
Oh my god.
First things first, this is the most compelling storytelling you could possibly have.
So I just want to dive in. I just got a few things. I just want to say it just how I have it written, okay? And I have this as dashes, okay? Don dash Tori promo. Al dead.
Yeah.
Viewing. Don slaps Tori. Slaps back. Al casket falls. Lamp break. What the fuck is this?
Yo, check me. These are my notes. Bro, what in the fuck is wrong with these niggas, man? Like, I can't believe this man is actually dead. Bro, who let me watch wrestling as a kid? This promo got me weak as fuck. Dude, what in the fuck is this funeral? I can't watch this bullshit anymore.
Yeah, it was.
This is before the match started.
Yeah, this is tragic.
So glad.
The first thing I
Coming to
have
an
written down is, oh my god, this is the match after Al Wilson dies due to having sex with Dawn Marie.
I
Yeah.
have one
The
thing.
great storytelling of the veil.
God damn it.
It's so bad. Go ahead, Casey, what's up?
For the promo segment and for the match, I have one thing written, and it's just, why does God hate me?
I love that.
I hate this so goddamn much.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a side note that says Dawn Marie's theme sucks ass cheeks, much like this entire match did.
Yeah. So obviously, I gave it a dud. It's 3 minutes 36 seconds. Tori wins. Dawn Marie says it's not over, and it's kind of poorly done. And I'm pretty sure after this, it is over.
It's literally done.
It's done after this, right?
oh, thank God.
Thank fucking God. Moving on. Last time I'm ever talking
Yo,
about
Don Marie at one point.
Michael Cole said Tori can pick up the win, but she can't bring her father back, which could have been the best line of the whole fucking night. That's as good a comment as it could have been made.
At one point, I got this written down too. At one point during this match, Dawn Marie is getting offense, and she yells at Tori Wilson, "You want something to cry about?" As if the storyline isn't that her dad is dead.
It was I went 1/2 star. It was
I
dog
hate
shit.
this so much.
And a quarter of that 1/2 star is because I know we're moving on from this segment, which is beautiful.
Oh God.
All right, well, we're moving on from this segment, unless anyone else feels like they have any input on Al Wilson.
No.
Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, bro.
Rip to the
Could have
goat.
said it better myself. Thank you. But moving on from this, we have a Sean O'Hare video promo. Says he's going to take control of life.
Hold on.
Yeah. We had a backstage segment.
You have the
Yeah, we had Randy Orton and Stephanie.
You had the most awkward, sexually fueled, tense moment where Stephanie is saying goodbye to Eric Bischoff because he's about to get fired in the next 30 days because he's shitting the bed on Raw. And the whole time I'm like, are they going to fuck on camera? The whole time.
I literally have really what could have been in my notes.
Yeah, she said something like they were arguing about who's going to get fired, and she said, blood's thicker than water. And Eric Bischoff replies with the shittiest reply of all time, and it was, the other saying, money is thicker than blood. I have written down, Eric, my boy, did you make that up on the spot? Because it fucking sucked.
It was bad.
It was awful. Then we had the Sean O'Hare promo.
Yes.
The I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. I said, give O'Hare props for birthing Alex Jones.
Wow, that was awesome. That's fucking great.
Big Sean O'Hare.
I will give Sean O'Hare credit because after watching that Dawn and Tori match, I can confirm that there is no God. And that's
what are you talking about, man? Vince had a great match.
He did. God had an entrance and everything.
He said, fuck you.
I hate it.
Oh my god, dude.
Let's give Ethan the floor. Ethan, what's the next thing on the docket, my friend? Do you know?
You giving me the floor? Oh, we got a big one coming up next, boys.
Yeah, buddy, go ahead.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
We got Big Trips versus Daddy Scott. I don't have any notes. How long did it go? What happened?
Traditionally, in a one-on-one match,
18 minutes.
I got some notes, bro.
How long? 15?
18 minutes and 14 seconds. And yes, it did drag as long as that sounds.
That was the longest 18 minutes of my damn life.
Don't forget about the 14. Jesus Christ.
Them old.
That's what.
This was just bad.
Yeah, it was dog shit.
So after I should cover that. After some arm wrestling, some posing competitions, and some weightlifting competitions that we just always seem to do, they just recycle this shit every time some big guy shows up. That may be the loudest pop I've ever heard for Scott Steiner. One of. But it still doesn't save this match. I think hard for me to put the next words in without sounding too mean. Earl says he's not putting up with anyone's bullshit.
Dude.
And Earl Hebner getting the floor for a second, and I love Earl Hebner getting the floor, saying he's the law. Steiner no-sold a whole bunch of shit and took a bunch of stiffs.
I got this shit. Move.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Bro. I'm going to give Pat the floor.
Bro.
Because he said something earlier that I wish I had.
I think, off rip, I'm just going to say, I think it's fucking hilarious that Earl Hebner had that whole spiel about, I'm not going to take no shit. And then we watched bullshit for fucking 18 fucking minutes, dude. Like,
he proceeded
literally,
to take that bullshit.
like, and I realized watching it, and I don't know, man, maybe I'm just being gullible, but I feel like he said that because he knew what was about to actually fucking happen. And if you guys, remember from watching the match, Scott Steiner beat the shit out of Triple H for like a solid 10 minutes. And I'm talking punches to the face, smacks in the back, stiff, super stiff. Like a solid 10 to the point where Earl literally grabs this man and is like, yo, calm the fuck down, bro. Like, what's wrong with you?
There's so many suplexes in this match, and I believe that Pat has a rough estimate number. Would y'all like to guess?
Any guesses? Because I do have a rough estimate, give or take 1 or 2, but I'm pretty close.
Like 76.
I'm going to go
Belly to belly suplex. Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
I'm gonna go 17.
Yeah, I think that's a better number.
Seven.
I'd say
14.
Yeah, I'll go
14 exactly.
No
Boom.
way.
14 exactly.
Cheated.
14 suplexes. And we have seen more suplexes in matches like what we're going to see coming up soon, which is Angle and Benoit. Can't wait to talk about
Pat?
it. But it seems like
Pat,
Go
how
ahead.
fucking mad were you to have counted every single one of those?
Oh, okay. So he's going and he's doing them and he's doing them and he's doing them. And I'm just like, yo, Scott Steiner is fucking exhausted. He literally can't do anything else but belly-to-belly suplexes right now.
I literally had him blown up less than 5 minutes in. Like he was exhausted.
Literally.
Yeah.
Blown up worse than
It
that
was
fucking
awful.
belly button of his.
Oh,
That belly button, boy.
Oh, so bad.
My man got a fucking more than an Audi. That's just a whole nother fucking person.
yeah. The
I don't
first
even know
5
what-
minutes. Go ahead, Ethan.
No, go ahead, Michael J.
The
Take us
first
back
5
on
minutes
track.
of the match, like felt like Steiner was the heel in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
very like even the way JR and King were talking about it, like it was just like very obvious that they didn't really want WCW guys in the WWE at the point. You know what I mean? And it came
Yeah.
across a lot on commentary. Like they kind of just shit on Scott Steiner.
Yeah, definitely.
Commentary wise, they might have.
Um,
but I at least noted that like Triple H's like work in it is just like almost textbook like how to be a shit heel.
Yeah.
Like
It's
throughout.
it's great heel work, dude.
It's great heel work, but like Jesus Christ, this match was.
That's
fucking
why we're
awful.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
So
obviously he was calling this whole fucking thing.
yeah.
Like it was all on him, man. Like this was fucking atrocious though.
Also-
Scott Steiner shouldn't be wrestling. Steiner math forever.
Also, another discrepancy. Why are champs coming out first in matches?
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
There's no
It's a
reason for
nice-
it.
They wanted the Scott Steiner pop and they didn't get it. Just fell
They
flat
didn't
on
get
his
it at
fucking
all.
face.
But it's funny because one of the loudest pops I've ever heard for Scott in WWE, and it wasn't loud.
Yeah. Yeah, I went one and
Other
a
than
half
like
on
his
this.
initial showing up.
Anybody
I went-
remember?
I went one and a
Rage?
half, and I'm never gonna get 18 minutes back of my life, and I'm upset about that.
Yeah, I gave this match 1 star.
I gave it.
I think that's the lowest I've ever rated a Triple H match.
I gave it-
100%.
I gave it 2.5. Literally, I put 2.5 based off of Triple H and Ric Flair's heel work.
They did
That's
terrible work.
that's ambitious, my friend.
Yeah, it is. I fucked with Ric Flair this match, dude. I really did. I really liked Ric Flair in this match.
Oh. Wow.
Everything he done, the Coke Rage, fucking banging of the apron, motherfucking rapist.
I wanted to say I think that this, at least for a live audience, was one of the first times where I think that some people were introduced to the fact that certain wrestlers wear G-strings underneath their
Yes.
tights.
Yes.
So I wrote, Scott, your thong is showing.
And he didn't care.
No,
It was just out for the world to
He right before he did the Steiner recliner, he tried to pull up his pants, but he did not do a good job.
He pulled a Lita more than anything. You know what I mean? He pulled up the thong more than he did his regular attire.
God damn it.
It was something.
I think honestly, the only really cool thing that happened in this match, there's a point where Triple H has Scott Steiner in the fucking corner. He's like choking him with his foot. And the ref's counting, Earl's counting. He's like 1, 2, 3. He gets to 4. If you listen, you hear Triple H just yell, "Yo, Rick!" like yells it. And then Earl gets to 5, grabs Triple H and gets off. And like literally in a split second, fucking Ric Flair's choking him with the jacket. That was the only cool thing that happened in this entire match.
Yeah.
I also did a little bit of digging in this match, and it seems like it was originally longer, but the Peacock version has been edited due
Ooh.
to so many botches.
Ooh. I mean,
So this is a pinpointed match for them to go back and take some stuff out.
It's such a
I would
dog
just,
shit match that they were like, we gotta cut this down. This was
we got cut for like
longer?
20 minutes this man.
Yeah, this
Alright.
the fact that was longer.
This match felt
It's
as long as
shocking.
the fucking Royal Rumble. And I feel like they sped the Royal Rumble up. We'll get to that in a minute, but like this match fucking dragged aggressively.
Yeah, I googled that match and something popped up, and it literally the only thing I can see is, and by that metric, one of the worst Royal Rumble pay-per-view matches in history is Triple H versus Scott Steiner. It's 2003 Royal Rumble.
God damn, that's.
Yeah, it was.
I gave that shit a star.
That's a fair
It was
rating.
not good.
Yeah, I went 1.5.
What did old Meltzer give it?
1 3/4.
You went 1 3/4. You said, Ethan.
Yep.
What did Meltzer go on that court?
Yeah.
Honestly, the same as me. He gave it 1.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm shocked that anyone got that.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on from this.
I always
This
wait
pay-per-view was so bad.
Always wait to look up. I want to give him my own honest opinion first.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we have the exact same rating opinion on stuff, and I'm like, fuck. It makes me so mad, dude.
I mean,
Dude, I don't want to agree with him.
I didn't realize I
dog
had this written down.
shit though. Like they ain't
Yeah.
much you can do
Exactly.
about it.
And
Yeah, even
I didn't
he's
even
gonna-
realize I had this written down. I have it written down. I hate everything about Earl Hebner in this match.
Damn.
You
I
are
can't believe
just
you
fucking.
Everything about him.
You were just vengeful about the weirdest fucking people.
Small
in
little
this-
people, just step
He was a
on. Why
bitch
don't
in
you,
this whole
Pat?
entire match, dude. Like
It is
the
fucking
fucking little pep talk in the beginning. I didn't want to take no shit from any of you guys. And it's like nothing but shit the entire fucking match.
It is.
See, here's
And the fucking out here.
That's
Like,
part of
the
what
fuck? You did nothing.
that's part of the reason I didn't go just a full 1 star, because the thing is, this shit's honestly humorous at this point. Because everyone shits
Hilarious.
the match, but there's so much shit in here that is honestly entertaining in one way or the other.
It is great because
Dude,
it's like
when
I'm not gonna
Ric
take
Flair
shit.
tries to get the match stopped due to fucking blood loss.
oh, man, yeah.
Yeah, we've got Flair having to get Flair interrupting every 45 seconds in the match. You've got fucking Triple H literally just picking up Earl Hebner and throwing him out of the ring, and he's like,
That shit had me weak.
he was like, you know
He
what?
grabbed him by his, like,
I'm not
hip.
going to disqualify you, even though that's the thing I'm supposed to do in this, because I'm not supposed to take your fucking shit. I want you to get beat up. And then he watches him pull the fucking sledgehammer in, and he goes, no, stop, please. Barely tries to take it from him, and then he hits him, and then he's like, okay, now I have to stop the match.
It's just like,
Jesus
I was like, I mean, I was
Christ.
really high watching this. But like, I was just like, man, fuck Earl Hebner, man. You're the worst.
God. Okay.
All right, so
The best match.
Moving
on.
on
Let's
to-
move on.
Let's go.
Moving
Let's go
on
to the
and bad things. Kurt Angle and Chris Benoit, 19 minutes and 49 seconds. The match that steals the show, probably steals the damn year, if I'm being honest. It's just
Not
Gone
bad,
that far.
can't say
I
enough
love
good
that.
things about this match. Team Angle comes out with old Kurt, and you got Shelton Benjamin and Darby Allin. And these guys always know where to be, the right time, right place. And Chris runs in the ring and shoves them both, causing Mike Chioda to send them both to the back. Several referees run down to assist, to escort them out. And
see a little bit of Chris's killer instinct.
it's not that we see that so soon.
Seabiscuit.
But the first 5 minutes, the crowd is stale, and I don't blame them. I mean, you got Dawn Marie and Tori Wilson, and then you got Triple H and Scott Steiner back to back. You're fucking cold as ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the match kind of started in a way it was kind of hard to keep up with.
It does, but
Yeah.
it doesn't take long for them to get them back.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I apologize.
You can obviously see in this match that Angle calls a lot of spots. It seems like Angle is the one kind of calling most of this on the fly. Did anyone else?
A Kurt Angle match for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, and it's just transition. I mean, beautiful, flawless stuff that you're just not going to see now or probably ever. These are two guys that they fit so well together that it's hard to put them up against any other rivalry and be like, oh yeah, theirs is better.
Yeah.
Because you're just not going to see it in a pro wrestling ring in this way, in my opinion. Benoit going 3/4 across the ring for a diving headbutt. This dive was
good shit.
And I mean, my boy leaked. Taz lost his shit. My man is standing, screaming.
It was insane.
Oh my God, Casey! You said the diving headbutt across the ring, and then you just hear Casey like slide in. The beginning of the end. Oh. Ethan, what did you have on this match? What did you have any notes about it?
Nothing really that y'all haven't already said. I mean, it was great. I went 4 1/4. I'm sure y'all went higher than me though.
Yeah, I had a few things written down. So this deserved that main event spot, other than the Royal Rumble, right? I think they got that right. The moments of chain wrestling fucking ruled. The moments where they just beat the shit out of each other ruled. Mike Chioda like adding importance to this match, like his facial reactions to like submission holds and things like that. Awesome. This was the last important singles match that they ever had against each other, and it was the best match that they ever did. I went 4 3/4 on it.
I gave it the same.
Yeah, I did too. I think I feel like I mean, it was like watching fucking Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson go at it, dude. Like they did every single fucking suplex you could think of.
Yeah,
every fucking move. Dude,
awesome.
Everything was clean. I don't think it was a fuck up the entire match. It was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. What to watch it like?
Yeah, Casey.
I have a couple things written down. First of all, Champ comes out again first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that written down too.
I see you smirking over there, Ethan. I don't know why it fucking bugs me. It just fucking does. I know it's a weird thing to fucking nitpick on, but like there's zero reason for it.
I'm just keeping all this backlog for you, bud.
Yeah, it's bad. I will say that I miss Team Angle. That is one of my favorite fucking groups. I don't think that they get enough recognition.
Charlie Haas, man, does not get his credit.
Motherfucker's like a firefighter now. Like, no, that group was just great. All the shit they did, the shit that they did with Lesnar coming up, in the months to come and stuff, just fucking incredible. The crossface to Benoit angle lock to crossface to fucking Angle doing the little schoolboy back to a crossface to an angle slam is one of the most insane fucking sequences I've ever seen in my entire life. Because they all took...
And it hurts me, man. I want to give this match 5 stars. I do. Because I feel like giving any match above 4.5, like, why aren't you giving them the quarter star? You know what? Like, why not just go the full length of the match? And I don't know why I can't bring myself to give it the full 5. I think it's because it didn't have enough story behind it. There's, dude, it doesn't matter. There doesn't have to be a story for Benoit and Kurt. I 100% believe that. That's one of the rivalries that, like, it doesn't need a belt. It's going to sell on its own. That shit is 100%. All day long, it's gonna sell tickets to the cheap seats. However, it needed a little bit backstory, and I feel like if we could have just done 2 extra weeks about literally anything, you could have recycled the same bullshit story from 2 years ago, and I probably would have given it the full 5, because it would have had that much more meaning.
Yeah,
I did like that. Though. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Get over that.
I think at the time they were like just waiting on Chris. Like it was, you know what I mean? He was coming, but he wasn't like there yet.
Yeah.
I even feel like if they added some drama down the stretch, because I mean they had drama, but it was more the match was about competition. It was about who's the better wrestler. But if they even if they didn't have the 2 weeks of build, if they somehow added some sort of emotion and drama beyond that in the match somehow, you could have bumped that up to 5 easily.
Question for everyone: Would you give this a 5 stars if they didn't send Team Angle to the back and they were in the match in some way? So Benoit had to overcome it.
I don't think so.
Because once again, there is no story behind this match, but if you at least had a story in the ring of him having to not only overcome Kurt Angle, who in his own right is one of the best wrestlers ever, but him also having to basically be in a handicap match, would that have helped? Yeah. Or do you think it just would have been still the same match it is?
I think it would have hurt my
rating. I enjoy it way more without Team Angle there.
I'm going to back off that question. I got another question. Would we give it 5 stars if Chris Benoit won?
That's a really good question.
Well, fuck me.
Potentially.
I think a mix of both, right? Like you have Team Angle still there, and then you have Chris overcome the odds. That's a
5-star match right
That's
there.
5 stars.
Yeah,
for sure. But before you even ask, I was going to mention that I enjoy Team Angle not being there. It solidifies how unbelievable both of them are to put on this. I forgot the time. I think it's 19 something. 19 minutes, 49 seconds, almost 20-minute match with no distractions, no ref. Was there a ref bump in this match? I don't believe there was.
There's
no ref bump in this match.
In the beginning of the match, there wasn't really anything.
They just laid every single thing on that canvas. They told the story wrestling, and I 100% am all about it. Like I said,
Chris getting a standing ovation at the end of the match and everything. Like,
yes.
I had that written.
Yep, it looks like they cut to a promo, like a weird break that they had, and then they come back and Benoit's in the ring by himself. That felt like a big moment. That was kind of like the moment that you kind of knew WWE is going to roll with Chris Benoit as their guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, moving on from how fantastic that match is, I'm sure that we're going to cover both of those guys' careers and probably overlap, probably follow all the matches that they've had with each other. But moving on.
2 of the GOATs, man. 2 true fucking just professionals.
Good old Perk Angle.
Perk Angle said that he took 65 Vicodin in a day at his worst. A day. Holy moly.
He would put me in the bed, brother.
Oh, Lord.
Man, he felt that headbutt. That Mojo headbutt. You know, that 50-day was the other day. The headbutt heard around the world. My man was your bitch.
Yeah, we had a backstage segment. Yep.
We have Kane and RVD have a promo, and
Kane's an ass.
Kane, the whole hammer man for himself. Mr. Rumble, you're a great.
Hesitate for a second.
Not those exact words. I'm sure somebody has the exact right now. But like we touched on it when we talked about it, looking back at it together. I enjoyed this Kane when I was younger. I enjoyed the mask a little bit. It was just different. But now that I'm older, I hate it.
Yeah, I don't rock with it at all, man.
Kane's a 3-star wrestler at best.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At his peak, Kane is formidable to put somebody else over. You're welcome.
Do you think that it's right that Kane held the record for so many years, for so many eliminations?
If you're going to make him important in that way, I'm in. That's it.
It's 11?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
that's what he's there for. I mean, he's not going to give you these insane matches, but I mean, give him that, let him have that.
Something.
100%.
Yep.
I mean, it's logical. I mean, if he ain't throwing that many people over the rope, there's something wrong.
Fair.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, your big bastard ass better be doing something worthwhile.
Saying, man, fuck. Come on now. You big bitch. Throw somebody.
Yeah, look like you dig fucking holes all day long and you can't even
You
eliminate
big
10
bitch.
people, you fucking loser.
Governor Jacobs, or what is he? Mayor,
Yeah,
governor.
Mayor Jacobs.
Oh,
not
y'all good niggas after right now.
I can't let that man. He don't. Man, I'm pissed off. Fuck Glenn Jacobs. Gary Reynolds. Fuck Glenn Jacobs. Bro.
Just beating this motherfucker while he's down over here.
Jesus. I ain't never seen. Fuck Glenn Jacobs. I don't
hate.
Not.
Hate.
Dude, Ethan's been quiet all night waiting for Kane to get brought up. Fuck him.
Fuck Glenn Jacobs all fucking chest.
All right.
That
I'm
shit.
gonna tell you something about this motherfucker real here.
That's exactly it. He got a little too
All
excited.
right, so moving on, we have the Royal Rumble. The reason we're all here, 53 minutes and 44 seconds.
Yep.
You got Shawn in as number 1, and we got Jericho in as number 2, as we touched on earlier. And Christian comes out to Chris Jericho's theme song and runs in and gives a low blow to Shawn, and he whoops this man's ass.
Dude.
For the longest time, and I just have written, attack Shawn from behind after Christian came out to Y2J music. That fucking chair shot. Jesus Christ. Because he hit the shit out of this man with that chair.
The Edge A-Train from last pay-per-view is 100% worse.
Way worse.
Yeah, A-Train fucking took one for the team. That's why he turned into
seeing
Lord
Shawn
Tensai because
take
he
a
didn't know what his
shot like that.
fucking name was.
Yeah, I guess it's just a little different seeing Shawn take a shot like that. Like, I don't feel like we were trying to protect Shawn so much when he came back and just trying to make sure a lot of things were safe. But, like, I think he said, or I may be wrong, but someone said that he said that the only person he trusted taking genuine headshots were from Triple H because he knew how to land them. But
fair.
It's obvious because, I mean, the dude's been doing it for a long time. To see Shawn go through those matches alone is crazy. We touched on those, but in Shawn going out immediately before even Mysterio gets out, I'll touch on Harvard in a second, but Shawn getting thrown out before Mysterio's out as number 4. Are y'all, as a kid, Mike Linsky, I'm sure you're crying. Ooh. Ethan, as you're flipping. Callie was talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Y2J to the end of time.
Mm-hmm.
Did Shawn Michaels do anything else tonight?
Yeah, he comes back later on in the match.
Yeah, he came back. He does come. Yeah, what am I talking about?
Yeah. The note that I had on here was Shawn Michaels really got jobbed. And then I revisit it later on. But I was like, are you fucking me right now?
I don't know. This is like a weird thing, but like, why does the ref come into the ring to take the chair away?
It's like, dude, it's a Royal Rumble.
I thought that was stupid as fuck.
You have Tommy Dreamer come out with fucking kendo sticks and trash cans and shit. Like fucking 12 or whatever the fuck number he is. But like, and that's fine. But like, chairs.
No, on a chair. Yeah.
It was a weird.
We can't skip over Edge and Rey Mysterio though.
We're not.
We're gonna get there. We're not even.
I just want to.
Wait. Hold on. Tommy came in after them.
Yeah,
he did.
We're just talking about.
I'm just using that as
the correlation.
Because
fair enough.
But I'm like, the ref's like, you can't use a chair in this match, and I'm like, but like that's fine. Like 20 minutes later,
yeah.
Do. Anyways,
yeah.
Poor
Who was the ref here?
Some piece of shit.
It's one of the refs that like I don't even know his fucking name.
Yeah, they're getting a paycheck just by being a faceless guy. The crowd finally felt hot.
Over Ed.
While Cortland's coughing, the crowd finally felt hot. And I realized that at 3 when Chris Nowitzki came out, and they went fucking nuts for Chris Nowitzki's worthless ass. Blew my mind.
I didn't remember this guy.
He's the guy that turned
You remember
everything into
Noah?
like the lawsuits. He was the
He's the
lawsuit guy.
concussion guy, Buck.
But I mean, like,
He's
I
the
know
reason
when
why
he came
CT
out, my brain was like, I don't fucking remember this dude. Like, his face and
feel
shit
like-
just didn't remember. I just didn't remember him.
He and Chris Masters also feel like fever dreams to me in the WWE.
Buddy, don't get me started on the
I
match.
always get them mixed up. I always feel like
Motherfucking Master Lock.
Go ahead,
Get that
Court.
challenge out.
Such a.
So we have a little bit of coming up when Edge comes out. I have this rather strange spot where these boys definitely touch the ground. And they call it back in. Do you think that that's a spot on the ref that he should have? Oh, motherfucker, I don't give a fuck what spot you're supposed to do next year. Or do you think that that's something that they try to, push aside like a fucking slow ass kick out?
I just don't think
Or
they added
takeout.
much meaningful past that moment where they needed to still be in the match, if that makes sense.
So who did this now?
It was the Edge and Ray spot. He did a Hurricanrana from the rope, I believe it.
And it didn't
Well,
touch the ground.
It may have not been Ray. Yeah, Ray didn't touch the ground, but Edge came over and they were supposed to catch, and this whole side of the crowd is like, hey, fuck off.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Them
Suspend
feet
your
hit.
disbelief, you pieces of shit.
God damn it.
The only thing that I have from
Um,
the Edge and Mysterio moment, they did a missile dropkick on Chris Nowitzki, and Edge definitely came off the
Yeah,
turnbuckle
that's where I'm
late
coming.
and landed right on that dude's fucking face.
I'm
Right on his
right on
face.
his fucking face.
I'm looking at a GIF of that right now.
Landed
Fucking
right on his
face,
face.
dude. And my man was visibly fucked up after that. He
Yes.
sat in the corner pretty much until he got eliminated.
No, he
That's
took.
what made him get in all that CTE research.
He
Yep.
took Edge's
Yeah, I'm
knee.
telling you, I'm pretty sure that was the spot
It
that made that
was.
happen.
Edge fucked it up for all of us.
Edge's whole knee just like went across his fucking nose.
There it is for you.
He
Oh
There it
man,
is.
him up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely
oh,
lands
God.
straight on his face.
Ugh. Who thought that was a good spot?
So next up, we have the next thing I have written down is Bill DeMott.
Yeah.
Bully
That-
Bill.
Yep. I have. How was Bill
Fuck
DeMott
Bill
ever
DeMott.
even a coach? He's the shits.
I hate Bill DeMott, just so you know.
We all
I
do.
popped for Bill, but I just love
Okay.
Bill.
You.
Who was the next person after Bill
Alright,
DeMott there,
next thing-
Cortland?
Tommy.
Was Tommy next?
Tommy Dreamer.
Oh yeah,
I have all these written down.
because Bill takes the
Ah.
fucking trash can lid right to the dome, right? Am I right
Yeah.
on that one? Yeah. He, like,
Tommy
goes
hit
to
the
lean for
fuck
it.
out of Jericho with the kendo stick to the face after a whiplash. Jericho wears this wound for the rest of the match. It's pretty rough one. The next thing I have is B squared. Anybody
Okay.
would like to make a comment on
Pause.
the B squared?
I have a question. B squared or Bill DeMott? Discuss it.
B
Who
squared.
are you
Squared.
taking?
B squared.
B squared.
They're both
B
dog
squared.
shit. But
Hear
if you
me
think
out.
I'm not running, I'll get a B squared tattoo on my fucking ass cheek, buddy.
Three-
Let's get it done. Fuck Bill
Three
DeMott.
words. Right to censor.
B squared. You're
Yeah.
not getting a B
Bull
squared tattoo.
B square's fucking run as a part of fucking right to censor will be better than anything that fucking Bill DeMont's ever done. Why was Bill DeMont wearing a fucking bandana in that match? I mean, I
There
saw
he goes
him.
again with the goddamn attire, son.
It made no he's wearing a fucking singlet and a purple bandana. Take the fucking thing off. Like, it makes
I'm
no
gonna make
sense.
a list of everything you bitched about and buy you a piece of it and make you dress up for the next
I
show.
will. I'll do it. I
Be
got the
Bill
same
DeMott
body
for
tape as Bill
Halloween.
DeMott.
Just bully us on the next podcast.
And do a moonsault off your desk.
Hugh Morris, what a fucking guy.
Humorous. Right.
Matt Hardy comes down just a little bit later. He almost eats shit. I didn't realize how bad this was. When he used to do like the V1 hand thing, he almost ate shit all the time off of it. He would get so excited. And he'd be like, "Oh, like he
Yeah,
fell
because
off
he
the fucking
rolled
ropes."
all his
once.
momentum forward.
I have a really fun fact I learned about this part of the match.
What was it?
Matt Hardy strongly dislikes mustard.
Yeah, he fucking
Yeah,
hates
I have that
mustard,
written
that's
down
what
in
it was.
quotes. I have it.
I have like Edge lands on Nowitzki's face. Matt strongly dislikes mustard.
Yeah.
They go right,
Yeah.
right into each other.
So V1, Shannon Moore, but I'm gonna back up 1 second before we jump over it. Jericho is showing out in this match. He throws out Edge and Christian at the same time.
Yeah.
And there's a huge pop for RVD when RVD comes out. You can really tell who's over in certain places. It's like you could do no wrong. He could come out any number, doesn't matter. Anywhere RVD is, people are very excited to see. And
Messing my shit up.
You're fine.
Good down
there. RVD,
So,
it felt big because they cleared the ring for RVD to come out one-on-one with Jericho. That's why it felt like a big deal there.
I'm gonna add another thing to my
definitely.
list. There was a hole in RVD's armpit in his shirt during the Kane promo, and I was like, "That's the most RVD shit I've ever seen in my entire life." Because he's like, "Hey man, it's fucking cool, bro. You can eliminate me. I'm gonna do my best." And I'm like, "There's a hole in his armpit," and I'm like, "That's stony baloney motherfucker doesn't even realize it."
Ethan and I are going to discuss this over Waffle House in a couple days.
So
and the only thing he's going to say about you is, "Man, what the fuck's his problem with damn attire, man?"
I pick up the little shit, and I don't. It's a problem. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, buddy, trust me, I love it. We got t-shirts, jeans, and mustard. That's your thing. Bandanas.
It's got to be a hole in the left one, because that's how he was standing on camera.
I'm gonna start cutting them in all my shirts just for you.
Thank you.
So Shannon Moore is not in the Royal Rumble, but he does make an appearance, and Shannon Moore is the best part about Matt Hardy being in this Rumble. I will say, I don't have it written down, but I do remember Matt Hardy hitting a beautiful side effect in this match. And I don't think I've seen him do it better than that shit. But next thing I've written down is Jeff Hardy comes out looking like dog shit. This man walks out like he just got done with like so many drugs, and he laid in a shower and just put lotion on himself.
Shower of fucking blood.
He was
just put lotion and conditioner on. Didn't wipe anything. He didn't wash it out. Nothing. He just
not where I thought that was going.
And then he washed out.
He's just sitting in the corner rubbing fucking paint on himself like, "Fuck it, man.
Just fucking toasted.
It's all over me."
A whole lot of that stuff. Dude, he just looks so bad. Shannon takes a swanton and covers up Matt.
It was it was such a cool moment. It was fucking awesome.
It's such a fun one that I remember separate. It's really a moment because I remember it not being Royal Rumble 03. It's just it happened.
Yeah.
And watch, oh shit, it's when he takes a swanton. That's fun.
Dude, the fucking he also at one point Matt's about to get eliminated and Shannon Moore fucking comes under him.
Like
fucking
yeah. He did whatever he did.
Yeah, he
feet up,
with his feet up. It's so good.
Next I've written down that's notable. John Cena comes out and rap.
Yo,
forever.
Yo,
we're
time
ahead
out.
slightly. We are ahead slightly.
Time out. Last week.
Oh fuck! Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. Last week, I came on this podcast and I said that John Cena might be the best white rapper of all time.
Go on.
Hey, completely take that statement back. This might easily be the worst rap I've ever heard.
Before we dive into that, because I have quotes from his rap too. Beforehand, we have Test come out. As Test is coming out, JR says, "And the testicles are on their feet."
Yep.
King responds, "Testicles have feet." It was. I had to pause it. I literally sat there laughing 5 minutes on how dumb that moment was. But Test looked fucking awesome when he hit that ring.
What?
People were feeding the fuck out of Test there, bud.
Just
Looked awesome.
what could have been
in his ass. Yeah, he looked great. His fire was great when he got to the ring. It was very, very.
Yep, I love me some Test.
One thing that I have written down. One thing I have written down about the John Cena thing. I just have John Cena in jeans. That's one.
And
That's
he's allowed to
Dude,
wear
these
jeans.
first few raps he did sucked so bad. Like in general.
My two favorite things that he said were, "I'm sick like Tyson when he bit Holyfield's ear off," and then he finishes his rap with, "My style's like a swollen penis. You can't beat me."
You can't beat me.
Immediately after, Jim Ross goes, "Word to your mother," and I fucking popped big for it.
Oh god,
Dude,
why?
it's crazy. Like,
Word to your mother.
they're wrestling in the background and he's just rapping.
Yeah, dude. I mean, John Cena raps forever. Everyone keeps wrestling like he's not
existing.
He raps at the entrance. He raps down the fucking aisle. He doesn't stop. He takes a fucking right. He continues to rap. He takes a left. He takes another left. He's still rapping the whole fucking time. Like, is he gonna stop ever? Is he gonna go around the whole ring? Like, what are we doing here?
Well, RVD comes and catches him.
Thank God.
And RVD comes out. Rikishi has his 8th Rumble that they make apparent when Rikishi comes out. It's surprising that they mention that Rikishi's had his 8th Royal Rumble. Not just because of the name change.
You never had
stuff.
That.
It's just
never had
for
that
him
with
not
to
win.
It's just weird.
Yeah, it's a weird thing they're doing now. But I feel like it's like Mission and the Dudley Boys 15-time championship. It's one thing that Vince is like super strict on, and then another time he just changes his mind overnight and says, "Hey, I don't want to mention it anymore." John comes back out. Oh, hold on. Rosie and Rikishi sharing. How do y'all feel about this? Because I don't want to jump over something that could have been. What a cool little spot.
Yeah, like they were like about to fight, and then like they decided to just beat the shit out of somebody else. I forget who it was.
Yeah,
it was a cool moment. Jamal comes down and absolutely fucking mauls Rikishi, and by that I mean it's some of the worst punches I've ever seen thrown in WWE. Like there's one where he's like, Rikishi's literally mid fall, and Jamal's still punching and like trying to sell it like he's hitting him. It was just fucking weird. It was just a weird moment. Jamal kind of sucked as Jamal. I'm glad that they gave him a change later down the road. Because he was fucking hot ass cheeks in this one.
He was just big and greener than fucking grass as Jamal.
It just sinks in that they gave him the name Jamal.
Yeah, and the Peacock dub. The Peacock dub didn't even have the right 3-minute warning music.
Like, I want to know who saw him. Who saw him and said, "Yeah, that's Jamal."
You strike me as Jamal.
Jamal. That's it.
I believe it's Rosie that does it, but it's a constant reminder that no one can take a fucking clothesline better than Rikishi. Never has.
Yeah, it turns him inside out.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah, very
it
sick.
Is
boys out next. Big Mr. Jacobs.
No, we're not there yet because we have HBK coming down, no?
Yep.
Oh, yep.
Booker T. We have Booker T, who is over as fuck. That pop for him was crazy. And they cleared the ring for him. He had a few great spots. Just a lot of cool stuff in that. Sean comes back out and attacks Jericho, of course, setting up what we know as Chris Jericho's probably his favorite match of all time. And that is Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, WrestleMania.
One of the best
What
matches.
a match. Should have been main event.
Easily.
Hot tail bullshit that it wasn't, but I mean we're not gonna pick at that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
HBK comes out, and the only thing I have written down about that moment, Shawn Michaels had that shirt that says "Don't hunt what you can't kill." I remember thinking those HBK "Don't hunt what you can't kill" shirts were corny in 2003. They're still fucking corny in 2021.
You didn't have one of those, Mike?
Fuck off, bud. I was pre-Jesus Shawn Michaels fan.
I love the Christian merch you did.
Why hasn't anybody done a boot of the McMahons versus Shawn and God? Like, why hasn't
They
somebody
did.
done that?
They did.
Did they?
Yep,
They did.
I missed it.
Yeah, there's a whole Discord channel
Yeah.
for it.
Oh god.
Nuh-uh.
Shit.
Why aren't we
Yeah.
just pretending that didn't exist?
What?
God and God versus Vince McMahon.
No, there's
Can
a
we just, like,
group
just
chat.
scrub
Yeah, there's a
that
whole
from
shirt.
our
I think
memory?
I
Let's
think
just
Zach has it.
Yeah, Zach Lewis has it. He might
Yes.
know how
That
you
from the
get one
brain.
of those shirts.
Awful.
Hit up the group chat.
Yeah. What else you
Um,
got coming down?
we kept tossing Jericho out, which is kind of surprising because Tess only gets one person out in this elimination, I believe, in this Royal Rumble, and it's only Jericho. Well, Jericho, I believe, has 9 or so eliminations in this match, maybe more. I could be wrong. I believe it's 9 or 11. Jericho and HBK are separated. HBK says that Jericho is dead, which is pretty funny. And next I have written down that what the fuck, Maven is number 26.
Yeah, I have Maven. Fuck me. I hope he gets murdered.
Any point, Jesus.
God damn.
Sounds about right.
I, for some reason, get this pay-per-view and the 2002 Royal Rumble confused in my brain. For the sole aspect of that, I was confused as why Maven was in 2 of them. So I got really excited for half a second. I was like, oh, I get to see Maven get fucking assaulted. And then it was.
But it was a year prior.
It was a year prior. I was like, it's not the right one. I was like, fuck. It made me sad.
Well, now we have Goldust, number 27. And Goldust shines bright for a minute. And then in the whole time, this minute that he's in, and then he's right out. And they don't pan to another wrestler for about 45, 50 seconds. And then Goldust is out. And as a Goldust fan, that sucks. I just want to.
Yeah, my notes on Goldust. Goldust got a nice pop and pyro. Next note. All right, he's gone.
And he's gone.
And he's gone.
And it's gone.
He's eliminated by Team Angle. And Batista up next at number 28. Push things up a bit, but Lesnar out at 29. And it's kind of cool seeing this happen. Anybody remember this spot for this moment?
I just have Batista still looks awful. Like he hasn't gotten better in the month that we've gone over so far.
will say they do mention
is his Godsmack tattoo growing?
Yeah, it becomes him actually.
Well, it becomes it like transfers to his arm. I forgot he had that for a while.
Yeah,
but
like latches on.
Oh, it's like the music videos.
Yeah.
It's probably just something because of how important it is years to come. But I found it to be really interesting that the first person he hits entering the ring is Batista hits John Cena. And then I just immediately flash forward to Vince blowing out both quads.
Oh.
So it's like, it just so happens to be the same, like the people. I'm like, that's a weird fucking.
They've always kind of been paired, like when they had the opportunity to be.
Yeah.
It's like you could always tell they were comfortable with each other from OVW days.
Well,
goddamn,
Matt Hardy is out. He gets a F5 out of the ring to Team Angle, and I think this is a pretty cool spot. I don't know if it's the first time we've seen it or we haven't seen it in a little while, but I don't remember him doing this a lot. Other than he did it to Spike Dudley, and I know he almost died.
Right. And here's my thing. Matt Hardy's track record in 2021 for the past 2 years, it's not been good. Almost died multiple times in AEW, got concussed and still finished a match. I was fully expecting just fully expecting more of the same to happen here. And so he got thrown over, and I audibly sat up, like, I visibly sat up out of my seat, like, oh, he's gonna die. This is it. But thankfully they caught him. Otherwise, he was going for a real bad ride.
Team Angle coming in clutch with that spot there.
Oh yeah.
I will say before we jump a little further ahead, to go back a little bit, when Shelton comes in on his entrance, he does that tag team move where he leapfrogs over, and he fucking lands on Charlie Haas's fucking head. Like, it's timed terribly, so he like fucking just drags his nuts across Charlie Haas's head and then lands. And I was like, oh, that was not, like, you could see Charlie Haas like look over and he's like, what the hell, man?
Man, damn, dude.
Ethan just gets so upset.
Dude, I'm sitting here like, okay, he's got a point to make. Let's listen in.
Yeah, it's just,
and then all I hear is he drags his nuts right across his forehead.
He drags his nuts.
Such good shit, pal.
Good shit. But yeah. It was
well, moving on from the nuts fiasco, we have The Undertaker in at number 30.
Worst entrance song.
And
it's bad. You're going there. It's fucking miserable. It's
made a big mistake, and I can't allow.
It's fucking terrible.
Sounds like Undertaker singing it in damn self.
It was.
Oh man.
Oh, I want to say something here. Big JR had a line. Because Taker comes in and he starts cleaning house, and JR says, and he's whipping some ass like a government mule.
That nice pause. Like a
brother, where were you going with that
like
shit?
A government mule?
What a fucking guy. Good old Jim Ross.
Great.
What a guy. Well, the crowd's really over for Taker. They were chanting for him as the countdown began. And we see a little bit of a glimpse of the Brothers of Destruction here. And everyone's kind of ready for it to happen. Some people don't really want it to happen. I was always for it happening for the story's sake, but I wasn't always for it in the matches. Unless it was someone like DDP and Canyon who can just get fucking beaten inside a cage for 20 minutes and, put on a hell of a ass whooping.
Right.
But Taker turns on Kane as, big brothers do. And Taker comes back and showing some... Sorry, I have... Mike, would you like to take this?
Yeah, so...
my notes stopped.
You're fine. One of the biggest things to me, there's like a moment where you never hear Undertaker call anything in the ring. Like, he's consistently been somebody that's rather quiet. Like, him and Bret are both really praised for it, him and Bret Hart. And there was a moment that you heard him tell Brock, he was like, big boot. Like, you could hear him clear as day calling in there. I thought that was interesting because you never... And in a match like this, like, it was one of those things that stuck out to me. But you end up with Brock Lesnar getting a big win over The Undertaker. And then after the match, you had a really cool, like, nod of approval from Taker sitting on the outside, kind of just like smiling and shaking his head at him, comes inside and tells him, hey, when you get that belt, I want to be first in line, which sets up later down the road. But it felt like a really, really big win. It felt like the right thing to do.
Perfect finish.
Yeah, even back then it felt right. And I think that just speaks a lot to how important Undertaker's thought was. And if he showed that you were worth a shit on camera, then you were worth a shit to a lot of people. Because I was 9 years old watching this, So, yeah, I just thought I enjoyed the match for what it was. Obviously, it's hard to keep up with as much as going on. But yeah, I thought it was the absolute right way to go for sure.
I think it's a little weird. I remember it now that Batista runs in with a chair and kind of just loses it. And then just gets hit with it.
Yeah.
With Taker distracted, Lesnar ducks under. and throws Taker over the top. Taker having showing that sign of respect that he did. Do you think that it was too soon, the right time? Do you think that they already did this before?
Knowing
we
what
had
we
Hell in a
know,
Cell match before,
right?
but
Knowing what we know now about like how important Brock Lesnar was to the Undertaker and how important the Undertaker was to Brock Lesnar and like the streak and everything, I think the writing was kind of always on the wall as to who Taker wanted it to be. Like you can see in every match that they had, just the amount of respect and like slowing people down, not for him, but for Brock's betterment. Like he really took care of Brock Lesnar a lot of times that he was in the ring.
did y'all expect any surprises in this Royal Rumble growing up? Because I felt like with a lot of contracts coming up from WCW and a lot of people finally getting free, that there was going to be a jump at this Royal Rumble, but there just wasn't.
I'd actually like.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, all I wanted was Brock to win the Royal Rumble. That's all I really gave a shit about as a kid. It was like, I hope Brock wins this shit. Going into that shit, I hope Brock wins this shit. Like, that was all I really fucking mattered.
I like didn't write it down as a note
as a kid.
But I'm glad that you said it, Cortland, because like by the time Goldust came out, my brain was like, "Huh, there's not really any like surprise entrances in this." But then my brain also went like, "Who the fuck would have been a surprise entrance?" Because like they either had everyone or like they had just let go of some people. So it's like who the fuck would have come back in just a few short months?
Yeah.
So I noticed that. So that's I think why I've always loved the Rumbles is like, ooh, who's gonna come out on this one? Like, who's gonna be some random fucking dude? But
yeah, this was all just talent that's already on the roster, like full time.
Yeah,
it's surprising because now we get so many surprises that they do in Rumbles, and it's even jumped to every other promotion and company. When you do a big battle royal or something, there's either a wild card, special entrant or some weird thing that they do to get a pop out of somebody. But it's interesting to see Royal Rumbles then and what we're doing now. But that pretty much wraps up this Royal Rumble. Are y'all giving it an overall? I give it 3.25 stars overall pay-per-view.
It sucked ass aside from 2 matches. It was fucking atrocious.
Yeah,
I'm literally giving it 3.25 stars for 2 matches.
That's fair. I can back that.
It was atrocious.
Because I know where we're going. And it's worth it in the long run.
Yeah, I think because we're coming back through it in hindsight, knowing the handful of really good matches that happened like soon. You can go, oh, it's not bad considering, but like 3 at best, and that's 90% of that's being carried by Benoit Angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me though, it started perfect. It ended perfect, and then you had that great Angle Benoit match. Everything else is just garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that first match was really made for Lesnar to shine, and that's what it got across.
Yeah, I think you had to have that first match to shut the Big Show shit off. Be like, all right, Brock can beat Big Show. He ain't shit to him. Now he's moving on. I think that was important to have that on this show. So,
yeah, and like it made Brock look awesome, but it also was super detrimental to like any potential push Big Show could have gotten at that moment. Like if they were gonna like make him like a really big mid card guy, it just shit on everything that they were gonna do. My assumption is right because he looked fucking bad, dude. He looked real bad.
I mean, did you see those jeans, dude?
Oh, yeah, tough. So see, just to get it, the plan now moving forward is we're doing for Halloween Havoc 97, right?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a brief intermission from the the Reign of Terror and the Attitude Era, or the Ruthless Aggression Era, rather.
Get it right.
Fucking piece of shit.
You gotta grab your competition by the throat. Squeeze it.
So next week we're doing Halloween Havoc 97. Spoiler alert, I'm watching that bitch as soon as we get off. I don't even think I came across. I think I was just talking too loud. I'm watching that bitch. Yeah, it's fine. I'm watching it as soon as I get off the podcast call.
I literally will watch it on Thursday. It's just easier.
No, you're a fucking maniac.
I watch it while I work, and then I write notes in between me doing things.
You're
I'm like, this
fucking crazy human. Yeah, I'm gonna watch that as soon as
10 days on this, and he just. Yeah.
Yeah, Pat said I gotta go. Pat said I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's watching it right now.
Yeah, he said, time for me to go watch this fucking thing. Oh, he's back. He already watched it. Pat, what was your favorite match from that night? Just out of curiosity. No, go ahead.
Second question, since I got the answer that I was expecting. How do you guys feel about, like, perennial pay-per-views? Like, for the sake of, like, pay-per-views for the sake of having the pay-per-view, like an Elimination Chamber every year, a Royal Rumble every year.
I hate it. I hate it.
I think Royal Rumble is such a unique thing.
Royal Rumble stays because that's the match that gets you the main event of WrestleMania. It tells you early.
The big four can never go away.
Right.
It's just at this
Rumble,
point,
Mania, SummerSlam, and then Survivor Series. Right.
Even though, like, I think like the Survivor Series ones are always kind of like, especially now because it's been hit or miss. Like, some years are good, some years are not. Like, you've got fucking, Zack Ryder getting his dick grabbed more recently in like that segment in SmackDown. It's fun, whatever. But anyways, like, Royal Rumbles are great. He said,
fucking why?
I don't know. It's fucking comes up every year for Survivor Series. But yeah, like them doing like a whole pay-per-view that's called Hell in a Cell, but there's maybe one match in the cell.
Garbage
shit. Elimination Chamber, like
the shits.
It's
I don't want Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, TLC pay-per-view. Leave that all. Like, to me, it makes it too predictable. Like,
extreme rules.
Yeah, like none of that. It's like, okay, we're building towards the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, so we're gonna. And they don't even halfway heat up a feud enough to build towards those pay-per-views. It's like that alone would help WWE's product so much if they took away these theme pay-per-views, because there's no surprise as to when you're going to get anything now. It's just, okay, here's the schedule. Elimination Chamber in February, TLC December, whatever. It's like there's nothing to keep you guessing to want to watch it. It's just like, here's the set steps for the year, like.
Right. Yeah. I feel like if they went back to just the big four, it would be the best decision they could make. Like, if they could get away with 4 pay-per-views like annually, like, they'd be in really good shape.
And if you went back to small in-your houses for bigger events, but use like a takeover size venue, that works. And you separate it deeply. But like going into like what I said, the same thing I think earlier today. It takes away from the matches, because if we're just getting there, like he said, we're throwing any feud like the Seth and Edge that we got at Crown Jewel. I'm surprised that they did a Hell in a Cell, not a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. However, if at the same time that they're telling us that people are killing wrestling by exposing the business, kicking out of Spanish flies, and Canadian destroyers, I feel that. I back that. But at the same time, if you're giving me half-ass stories and giving me the same match every single month, over and over and over again, and just depending on where we're at, you give me the match stipulation. Like, I remember Hell in a Cell meaning something.
Yeah.
Meaning a fuck ton. I don't remember
how meaningless Hell in a Cell there have been.
Yeah, like, what's the last meaningful one that we've had?
More than meaningful ones now,
Yeah.
That's exposing the business. It's a fucking,
We even talked about it last week with the 3 stages of Hell. It's like the cage match being there was kind of weird or whatever, but like, and we had talked about kind of the importance. But and we talked about like the importance of a cage match, but it was always, if for whatever reason these 2 fucking people could still just had so much animosity, how do you finish that feud? You put them in a fucking cage that they can't escape from. Hell in a Cell. Like, that's what we used to do. Now it's like, it's like, 1 week it's like, oh, like I'm best friends with Edge, and now it's like I'll see you in Hell in a Cell next week. It's like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like,
it doesn't do us any favors. But we're gonna dive deep into a WCW storyline next week. I am not prepared for this shit. Are y'all?
I'm so excited for Casey to watch this whole pay-per-view. I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
so Ethan doesn't know this. I hate WCW. I have watched maybe 4 pay-per-views in all of
You've watched more than me, buddy.
In all of WCW's history, from start to finish, and one of them it just so happens to be this Halloween Havoc, but they're so bad.
So wait a minute. How old is everyone here?
I'm 28.
30.
I'm 27, so he's slightly older.
I'm the youngest, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm 25.
Okay.
So
Matt, how old are you?
30.
Oh shit.
Are you really?
Aging like fine wine, baby.
What? Y'all, this just in. Pat's 30 years old. He's in a different tax bracket in life. This is crazy.
And he hates Terry Reynolds.
That he fucking hates Terry Reynolds.
Fuck that bitch.
Terry Reynolds.
I'm sorry, Ethan. What were you saying?
Oh no, I was just saying I've watched WCW matches, but I've never watched a full WCW event in full.
I am warning you right now.
This one's rough.
Fucking sorry. There's
Now let's get into it.
okay, like I'll love that. I'm wearing a fucking ECW shirt, but like if you've watched how much of a clusterfuck any of those pay-per-views are, somehow WCW's worse.
Oh,
No,
This company beat WWF for fucking like ever in ratings, but every single one of their pay-per-views is hot dog shit. They're so bad.
I didn't realize that we get Steve Mongo McMichael on this pay-per-view.
I lived through the times, man. I love being a little country ass kid.
No,
My dad used to be in Georgia Dome, and we got them.
No,
I
I gotta sit through a Mongo match.
Yeah, so it's Mysterio Eddie is your third match on. Like the first 3 matches are sick. Yuji Nagata versus Ultimo Dragon, Jericho versus Gato, and then Mysterio Eddie Guerrero. That's your.
I've seen that Mysterio Eddie match a bunch of times.
Then you have Alex Wright versus Mongo McMichael.
And there it goes.
I don't want
Down
to.
the track.
Disco Inferno versus Jacqueline.
Okay, that one.
Ric Flair versus Kurt Hennig, which could be cool.
I actually remember that one not being bad.
What do they do? What is it? Coco? What are they doing? Just doing drugs.
Scott Hall versus Lex Luger, and Larry Zbyszko is your special referee. Then you have DDP versus Macho Man, and then Piper Hogan is your main event in a steel cage.
Yikes. That sounds fucking terrible already.
I'm so excited to watch this.
I have to sit through a Mongo.
I don't want to do this, Mike.
Piper and Hogan.
Listen,
We'll
y'all,
see how
this
far
is,
I get, but Piper and Hogan, there's nothing about that gets my fucking...
I'm going to be honest with you.
guarantee
It's
you-
not as long as you would expect it to be. It's 13 and a half minutes. I think I can make it through.
I guarantee you,
We'll see.
get through that you get to that Mongo match, and you want to turn the whole thing off halfway through.
It's 6.5 minutes long, and it's
Yeah,
going to be
it's too-
fucking brutal.
It's too goddamn long.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, actually.
I'm excited for the first part of it.
Uh,
And this, if I remember correctly, the Flair
You got
Kurt
the,
Hennig match
your
is not
sponsor
bad.
watching that.
The Flair Hennig match.
Yeah.
It could be good. Then you have, I mean, just some of this is like dog shit. Like Alex Wright, Steve Mongo McMichael for 6.5 minutes is going to be brutal.
That had to make it on pay-per-view, right?
Oh yeah,
Had to.
and that's directly in the middle of the card.
Yeah.
Mm.
How do you start a show off with those 3 matches you named and then go to that?
Yeah, Nagata Ultimo Dragon, Gato Jericho, and then Mysterio Guerrero.
That's fucking good shit.
That's
you couldn't
super
just
good
like
shit.
go like one of those matches, Bongo.
Rey Mysterio got that crazy ass
matches,
purple in there.
Fucking Disco Inferno and fucking Jacqueline. Another one of those matches, Ric Flair. Like, you could have spaced those out a little bit. Like, probably would have made the pay-per-view
Disco
great.
Inferno and Jacqueline
is gonna be the shits. Yeah.
It's gonna be the greatest match of all time.
It's gonna be the wrestling equivalent to having exploding diarrhea.
5 stars in the Tokyo Dome.
I can't wait to compare this to the Dawn Marie Tori Wilson segments and see which one's worse.
We have to do an episode where we do like top 5 worst matches of all time.
Yeah, but we'd have to watch a lot. Right? We'll have
I'm gonna put $5 on Disco Inferno and Jacqueline being better than everything that Dawn Marie and Tori Wilson did.
It was fucking brutal. That Dawn Marie Tori Wilson was fucked.
I'll put money on this Disco Inferno match is going to be the best match I've ever
Tori Wilson
watched.
literally knows how to do an arm drag. That's what
Oh, Lord. Well, I guess we should probably wrap this up. Y'all want to plug your tweets, your Twitters, your Instagram, whatever the fuck y'all want to plug?
We're plugging over pod.
Yes,
on
Instagram.
Yes,
Fuck
Up and
all-
Over Pod on Instagram, on Twitter. I do believe all of our stuff is in the bio on both.
Yeah,
of
of
those,
the
so-
Up and Over pod.
On the videos itself, and right next to your cute little faces, I've got your Instagram handles already plugged onto here.
Love that.
So we got that for all the people that will eventually watch this
Look
fucking
at you.
train wreck. Fuck everyone, but
And yeah, dude, we'll be back next week. Are you uploading these yet or no?
so I've still got to take your audio and splice it to the video from last week's.
Sure.
So I'm kind of still debating on whether or not I'm going to upload this one first, since it's pretty much good to go. It might go backwards, but like also like fuck you, I have to do a lot more work to the last one.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off, but I'll start the upload.
These will be
of
uploaded,
audio.
so we'll get these both uploaded audio and video wise. So
Perfect.
Yee.
Well, hopefully you guys see this sometime soon, and today's the 21st of October, so now we know if somebody's being lazy, it's Casey.
See you guys in December, boys. Woo!
And yeah, we'll be back next week to talk about Halloween Havoc 97.
Yee.
Y'all have a good week now.